Hello and welcome to the first video on Bill Bryson's book called A Short History of Nearly Everything. You should try reading it sometime because it's absolutely marvelous. But while you're here, I might as well tell you more about this book. In Chapter 1, or How to Build a Universe, it talks about how the universe is created. At the beginning, Bryson states that from nothing our universe began, and he talks about how there was no universe at first, no space, no time, and nothing at all. In this chapter, he also explains how scientists try to discover new things about the universe, and one of these things happened to be cosmic radiation. It was first proposed by George Gamow, but founded by Penzias and Wilson by accident. They used a communications director to find the radiation around 90 billion trillion miles away from the Earth. This, along with other evidence, supports the idea that the universe was fine-tuned for us. This is due to the fact that the chances of the universe starting from an explosion so perfectly is nearly impossible. This means that if the gravitation was even 1 millionth of a percent difference, either more or less, the universe could have exploded violently or imploded, meaning it collapsed upon itself. A man by the name J.B.S. Haldane addresses this by saying that the universe is not only queerer than we suppose, it is queerer than we can suppose, meaning that we as humans can assume ridiculous things, but there are so many things we can assume that we could never fully think of all the possibilities that there are. The things that make up the components of an atom are protons, neutrons, and electrons, and they are not solid due to the fact that they make up solids, liquids, and gases. They are what form stuff and are not forming stuff, allowing them to have the characteristics of all three, or produce them. Along with this, one of the hardest things to learn about is the universe before the Big Bang. And this is the hardest thing because it coincides with science and religion. So you don't know whether to go with science or religion, and they kind of mix and clash all the time. And to sum all this up, you also have the universe is like a sphere. So think of it like this. Put your finger on one side of a circle if you draw one. Now trace your finger along the circle until you reach the end. Eventually you'll realize there is no end and you'll start off at the same place you started. Or you'll finish at the same place you started. And therefore it's like a sphere. This brings in the concept of parallel universes, which are actually for a different video. And there were a lot of things that went into consideration about the Big Bang and how it started and happened. And for a fun fact, and a matter of fact, the man who coined the term Big Bang was Hoyle because he thought he was mocking the theory, not actually naming it. And thank you for watching. I'll have the next video on a short history of nearly everything next time.